looking at basically. All right. So you're all welcome to this session tonight. I'm really glad. Okay. I'm really glad everybody is joining in. I'm really glad everybody is what? Everybody is joining in basically. Okay. So you're all welcome to tonight's session again. All right. Now, one more question before we kickstart. Okay. One more question before we kickstart. You cannot tell me that you are joining this session without any purpose. Okay. You cannot tell me that you are joining this session without any purpose. So I want you to tell me categorically. I want you to tell me categorically, why are you joining this session? Like, why did you choose to join this session tonight? Let me know in the chat box, guys. Why did you join this session tonight? What made you, what prompted you in joining this session tonight? If you tell me money, I'm throwing you out. If you tell me money, I'm throwing you out. There should be something else. There should be something else. If you tell me money, I'm throwing you out. Okay, there should be something else apart from money, apart from the heat in Nigeria. Okay, apart from the heat in Nigeria, I need another thing to learn how to integrate AI. Okay, all right, to upskill, to integrate AI. Okay, to upskill. Okay. You want to update your knowledge. Okay. You want to learn how to work smart using AI. Okay, cool. Superb. Thank you very much for that. I still need more. Okay. Relevancy. Relevancy. Okay. Relevancy. All right. Superb. Okay. Relevancy. To integrate analytics tool with what? With AI. Superb. Okay. Superb. I can understand that basically. Any other person? It's only few people that have responded to me. What's happening, guys? What's happening? I need more responses to update your knowledge. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that. So like I mentioned, guys, I would need you to fill in the form. Okay. I would need you to fill in the form. AI is the new deal as it cuts across every sector. In order to stay relevant in a fast evolving world, it's important for me to bolster my skills. This is the part of the reason I am joining this. I decided to acquire this knowledge. Superb. It shows how intentional. It shows how intentional everyone is. It shows how intentional everyone is, basically. It shows how intentional everyone is. And you are all welcome to tonight's session. You are all welcome to what? To tonight's session, basically. Okay? You are all welcome to what? To tonight's session. All right. So let's get right into it. Okay, let's get right into it. So like I mentioned, we are going to be unleashing a lot of information. If you know that you are working for firms, you are working for businesses in the education or healthcare or the government itself, okay, you want to learn how you can do what? You can cash out big in these areas. You want to learn tonight. You are going to see for yourself tonight, okay, even in other sectors, okay, how you are going to do what? How you are going to win big. How you are going to win big, all right? How you are going to win big with these synchronizations at large, basically, okay? So Let's kickstart. Let's kickstart. All right. So you are welcome to Tenalytics Business. Tenalytics Business is a leading e-learning platform designed to help organizations across the world empower their teams with a wide array of professional options. Okay. And we have been banking on this for the past 5 years, such that we've helped 3,000 professionals, land remote jobs in tech. Okay, we've been able to help remote okay, over 3,000 students, over 3,000 professionals land remote jobs. If you guys don't give my flowers, I am going to give myself my flowers. All right, 3,000 is not over the past 5 years. Okay, that's more than 300 plus professionals have landed us, okay, over the 5 years in several sectors. Okay, these are numbers that we've documented. The ones that did not still there. All right, the ones that did not come back to us, tell, oh, I landed a job, I did this and that, okay, are still there. All right, so help professionals across several areas land tech jobs over the past 5 years. Can we all hear me? If you can hear me, let me see your thumbs up. And we all, I believe that's your network. If you can't hear me clearly, that would be your network. Every other person can hear me very, very well. Okay, every other person can hear me very, very well. Okay, so you want to tie your network to a rope and a pole tonight. Yeah, electricity. Yeah, there's no electricity in Nigeria, so it might be part of the concern. All right, so you want to tie your network to a pole tonight. So maybe you want to sit down on top of your transformer to listen to this session. I don't even know how you want to do it, but just listening to this session. I don't know how you want to do it, but just listening to this session, because it's very, very important to your growth. Okay, those of us that want to upskill, to those of us that want to gain more knowledge, see where there are pain points that they can penetrate in. Okay, where they can penetrate in, pain points and areas where they can penetrate in. Okay, you can do well to tune into this session, to listen in. Okay, it is very, very essential. It is what? It is very, very essential. Okay, so, and we've been able to help a lot of professionals across and we've helped them address all of this continuous learning and upskilling. Now, we don't just train only professionals, we also train businesses as well. Okay, we also train businesses as well. Okay, so if you know that your organization is lacking in any of these areas, you can call us and we'll be able to do all of this large in terms of continuous learning. Okay, and all of these domains are domains in what? In technology. Okay, these domains are domains in technology. All right, so that is our strong points. That is where we train professionals in and where we are balancing things. Okay, I said a couple of things about myself a little bit better. All right, my name is Abdullah Iyondaolo Musa. Okay, and I am of a Yoruba origin. You people will be thinking, Abdullah Musa sounds Hausa-ish. I'm not hearing it for the first time. Okay, I'm of Yoruba origin. All right, so to all the people in-house. All right, so here at Tenalytics Business, I am the deputy head of training and operations here at Tenalytics Business, and career-wise, I am a business intelligence systems and automation consultant to specialize over the past half a decade in AI automation, business intelligence, and building data-driven decision systems. Okay, so I've worked across logistics, I've worked across edtech, and a couple of startups help them grow, and also help them launch successfully. Okay, so if you are looking for people that usually plant the roots of tech companies, I'm part of them. Okay, so maybe you want to plant the root of your tech company, join Tenalytics business, and you can see me. All right, so over the past few years, I've worked across multiple industries, helped them grow, and so on and so forth like that. So I'm talking based off experience. And a fun fact that I'm going to tell you is that them of on their soil with this table that I'm speaking to you people from. Okay, that is to say that I myself am a remote worker advocate. Okay, that's to say that I myself am an advocate. Over the past 5 years, I've started working. I've not sat in an office setting. I train professionals in environments. I pack my bag, back it, and I'm on the finding boss MS in Lagos. Lagos people can relate. Okay, so packing bag with my laptop and everything, pursuing BR or booking an tab. You won't meet that with me. Okay, you won't meet that with me. All right, and that is my intention, to give you that knowledge that you need. Okay, a lot of us retire, and we all, some people are saying my network is breaking. Can we all hear me? Can we all hear me? Okay. Okay, I would all just, before we make a comment, I would all just to check our network first, okay? Because we are wary with this with informations like this. Okay, with background noise. All right, that's fine. Let me just do this. Okay. It should be much audible right now. It should be much more audible. It should be much more audible. It should be much more audible right now. Okay, so moving ahead, okay, I've been able to work across several industries, and that's been a lot about me. Okay, that's been a lot about me. And after tonight, what you are going to be getting in terms of information, okay, you are going to be seeing how you can choose a springing career path very, very fast. Okay, you are going to see how you can also position yourself for success in job market. Okay, in the job market, basically. Okay, so you can see me saying this to you. I'm an advocate of it. I'm going to show you what you need to know, how you need to work around it, and what you need to do to stand out in these markets. Okay, and so on and so forth like that. All right, and so on and so forth like that, basically. Now, I mentioned to you guys that what, number one, the world is moving very, very fast. If you agree with what I'm saying, please let me see your thumbs up. The world is moving very, very fast. Yes or no? The world is moving very, very fast. Yes or no? Are we still using Nokia 3310? Yes or no? Are we still using Nokia 3310? Are we still? I'm candid. I know nobody should laugh. Nobody should laugh. It's just a candid question. Okay. If you see somebody working with, if you see somebody watching a TV that has a big back, what will you tell the person? If you see somebody watching a TV that has a big back, okay, if you see somebody watching a TV in black and white mode, what will you tell the person? What will you even tell the person? Does that person even know what Netflix is? Does that person know what Netflix is, guys? Adewale, I think it's your volume. All right. You might want to increase your volume. If I speak louder than this, everybody's here would burst. Adewale. Okay. So All right, somebody mentioned in the chat box, go and buy smart TV. In the world of smart TVs, you can now see somebody watching President. There's one TV they called President. Then, who knows President here? I know a lot of people that are civil servants will know President. President TV here. Exactly. President, he has that big back. He has that big back. Okay, you're gonna start using antenna to start looking for it. Are you don't see them, that sort of stuff, right? So yeah, that is it basically. Okay, so it's a new world. All right, we're emerging, we're moving very, very fast. Okay, we're moving very, very fast, and so is the job market, guys. Okay, so is the job market, guys. Okay, so is the job market. All right, we're moving very, very fast, and so is the job market. Okay, so before I continue, please, you need to fill in the attendance link in the chat box. All right, my colleagues are in the chat box. If you are not able to fill it in, please signify so they can help you with the link. All right, it would ensure that you are getting all of these resources that I'm sharing tonight, and what you need to basically access it as well. Okay, so guys, let me shock you. All right, let me shock you. 5 years ago, or let me say 10 years ago, bookkeepers, they were the top in the market. All right, last decade, bookkeepers were very, very hot in the market, right? Or let me even bring it, let me take it back. Back. Clerks were very, very good in the market. If you were not a clerk one time, okay, it seemed as though you were nothing. Like, if you didn't get a job as a clerk or as a secretary, if they hear that you are a secretary to one person, it makes people overjoyed. Like, parents will beat their chest. Like, clerks, secretaries, one time they were standing toe to toe with doctors, lawyers, and so on and so forth, like that, basically. Okay, and up till date, right, we had parents that would say, if you do not become a doctor, if you don't become a doctor, it will look as though the whole world wants to crash, right? So that is it majorly. Okay, but what the job market is evolving day in, day out. 3 years ago, Excel skills were highly sought in the market. Okay, most companies were asking for, oh, are you a data analyst? Please, we need a data entry specialist. We need a this, we need a that. Okay, Excel skills were what? They were top ranked. All right, they were what? They were top ranked. 3 years ago, most companies were asking for what? They were asking for Excel skills. Oh, do you know how to use Excel? Do you know how to use? Some people would even want to enroll into computer training just to know how to utilize tools like this. Some people went to enroll to computer training so that they could know how to use PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, and so on and so forth, like that. There were times these things were what? These things were, very, very common. Okay, there were times these things were what? They were very common. Today, what are they asking about, guys? Who can help me with that? Today, what are businesses asking for? What are businesses asking for? Who can help me with that in the comment section? Today, what are businesses asking for? I can't see any comments in the chat box. Please help me with your comments. Can we all hear? Okay. All right. I can see some comments now. Some comments are already popping up. Okay. Data, AI, data AI oriented. Okay. Data. All right. Digital marketing. Okay. Okay. These are skills. Okay. So thank you very much for that, guys. Today, they are what? They are asking for what? For leverageable skills. Skills that you can leverage on. Okay. All right. Skills that you can what? That you can leverage on, basically. Okay, these are skills that that they are seeking for, and skills that fall in this category are what? Are AI and data skills, basically. They are what? They are AI and data skills, basically. Someone once told me, okay, someone once told me that if hard work, if hard work equals to success, if hard work equals to success, the donkey would own the farm. Okay, if hard work equals to success, the donkey would do what? The donkey would own the farm. So if bookkeepers were really hustling then, like if their job is still relevant into, they would own company, they would own businesses all around. All right. And that is the same for the job market, guys. That is the same for the job market. The job market is no longer rewarding, I push with this same skill, the same skill I have since 1998. It's still the same skill that is being sought after. Okay. The job market does not reward that type of effort. Okay, the job market does not reward that type of what? That type of what? That type of effort. It rewards what? It rewards leverage. Okay, it rewards leverage. Okay, it rewards leverage. Okay? Now, from the World Economic Forum for 2026, from the World Economic Forum from 2026 and beyond, a skill that has risen over time, a skill that has rose over time is the demand for what? AI and data skills. AI and data skills. Okay. AI skills in job posting has increased by 7 times. Okay. In just 1 year. Over the past year, AI requests in job skills, okay, that okay, a requirement for you before you can get a job, before you can work in a certain scenario, before you can have hands-on structure in a certain scenario is what? Has increased by 7-fold, times 10, times 7, sorry, in a what? In a year. Okay. Now, if you want to get into tech, if you want to get into tech, okay, 50% of tech jobs, 50% of tech jobs now require AI skills, such that if you are not AI oriented, you are out of the market. Okay? Not AI oriented, okay, you are out of the what? Out of the market. Okay? Companies are also willing to pay you 20 times better. Okay, companies are willing to pay you 20 times more for workers that have what? That has AI skill. Imagine if you are able to, increase or duplicate or, multiply business revenue, multiply business structures, okay, with the help of AI skills without having to do too much stuff. Okay, but you're just leveraging on smart work. All right, and so on and so forth like that. That's just to tell us that the reality is what? The reality is very simple. The global workforce is moving from manual knowledge jobs that you have to do manually, and most of these jobs fall in the category of education, healthcare, as well as government jobs as well. Most of the processes are manual. People can't even drag, you can't even drag this with me. Okay, because as a last month when I went to the hospital, I still saw, people still writing on paper. You can't drag, you can't drag it with me. Okay. Lost battle. Okay, it's a what? It's a lot. Businesses are what? Businesses are moving from knowledge work. Anybody who knows what I'm saying. You can't easily pinpoint. You can't the police police department now and say, give me a database of all the criminals that you have caught in the past year. They can't give you unless they carry out paper, book, for they start looking through it. So you can't even dispute that. All right, you can't dispute that. So the global workforce is moving from what? Is moving from knowledge work to what? To AI augmented work. All right, to AI what? To AI work. All right. So now I want two questions, guys, and I want responses to it. Just two questions. Now, if companies are paying more, if companies are paying 20% more for those with AI skills, what would happen to those without it? What would happen to those people that do not have the AI skills? If companies are paying 20% more to acquire people that do what? That has AI skills. Okay, so that means if I'm paying 100,000 naira now, I'll be paying you 120,000 naira later on. Okay, so just multiply that by any amount you are earning at the moment. Okay, just multiply that by any amount you are earning at the moment. Okay, so that's just what I'm saying. If a company can go the mile of paying 20% more, all right, for somebody that's what, for somebody that is working in what, that has AI skills, what would happen to the rest that do not have those AI skills? Their jobs are at risk. Thank you very much. Any other person? Those without AI skills, will go to relegation and may eventually become redundant and even be downsized. Thank you very much. They become obsolete and need to upskill. Okay. All right. Superb. Now, thank you very much. So the same question that we just gave me now is what will go on for the next question, which also means that if half of the global tech companies or the global tech jobs require AI literacy, where would the other half compete? Okay, where would the other half compete? This is on a business level. Now, let me take that question again. If companies would require AI skills, okay, if the global tech job market now knows that yes, we require AI skills with what we need to grow, okay, where will the other half compete? Because we're already having companies that are delivering, times 5 of what they can deliver before. Okay, so the answer is most likely following what we gave in answers now. Such companies are going to break down. Such companies are going to, get out of the market. They will just fall by the wayside. Thank you very much. They will do what? They will fall by the what? They will fall by the road. They are missing out big in the market. All right. So the biggest risk in 2026 is not losing your job to AI. Okay. The biggest risk in 2026 in today's market is not losing your job to AI, your job to somebody that knows how to use AI. Okay, so that is to debunk the fact that you hear, oh, somebody will now start saying, hey, AI will take your job. It's not AI that will take your job. It's somebody that knows how to use it that will do what? That will take your job or eventually replace you in the market. Clerks were replaced by bookkeepers. Bookkeepers were replaced by accountants. In today's market, accountants are getting replaced by financial analysts. Or you see them called finance managers, any of those sorts. All right. So that is how the trend will just keep on going on and on and on. Okay. Now, that is the reality of that's the reality of things in today's market. All right, that's the reality of what in today's market. So like I said, AI and data skills are at the top of the list of the fastest growing world skills that are being needed. Okay, now we have several news, but we have several news. For example, we can take a look at grading their workers on their AI skills. These are top companies. Okay, these are what? These are top companies. This is just to push a sense of urgency to all of us out there. That's what, if we keep on dwelling in whatever we are doing, okay, we will miss out big. And when I mean big, we'll miss out very, very, and it's going to be very brutal. Okay, it's going to be very, very brutal. Some of us who've been in the workspace for over 15 years. Okay, and this is brutal reality, guys. This is brutal reality, and almost everybody can relate to this. You work for over 30 years, okay, and upon retiring or upon being laid off or anything of such, okay, you do not have anything to fall back to. This is to speak to those that, you know, have retired amongst us, or for people that, you know, are, you know, seek for ways to grow as living the job market. Okay, in professionals, I'll say, see, I started working in 1987. Right? I started working in 1987. Probably you have not been born then, okay? But, you know, over time, I've seen these things evolve and so on and so forth like that. I've seen someone, okay? So imagine you are leaving the job market maybe at 50 something years old, 60 something years old, okay? You have nothing on ground to fall back to. Okay, that's another part. For those of us that are actively in the job market, to avoid being laid off, okay, you are not now upskilling yourself. That shows that what, there is a barrier. Okay, there's something blocking that pathway, and that pathway is what? Clarity. You don't know what is going on, and this is what is going on in today's markets. All right, this is what is going on. This is what is the future in today's market. All right, so we're looking at several news. All right, McKinsey reports bring it that what, everyone thinks AI will kill jobs, but what McKinsey thinks is far stranger. That what, that people that know how to use these things would do what, would take over from those that do not know how to utilize it. Okay, so if you know that your job, oh, I am still documenting, oh, I am still doing a creative work and so on and so forth, there are AI things that will take it over from you, and if you don't know how to utilize them, you are out. Okay, because companies will seek people that can do what, that can deliver structures very, very fast. Okay, now to get promoted in the age of AI and layoffs, young workers need upskilling. Those of us that are very, very new, I have 2 year experience, I have 2 years experience, or are trying to even transition into tech. Okay, trying to transition into tech. All right, so imagine you are learning data analytics and you are still learning that same Excel, Power BI, SQL, Tableau, R. You finish, go and join the league of those that have done it for a long time. Imagine somebody now that learned how to utilize Microsoft Copilot, AI to SQL, NA10, and all other things to do what, as well as those Power BI, SQL, and all of those other things. Okay, imagine somebody that would not have to wait for a stakeholder before he can generate a dashboard, before he can generate a report, before he can clean the data of the company. AI is handling it for him or her. Such person is able to deliver the job in 2 days, in few hours, compared to you that you say, oh, I want to take 1 week to clean this data, to look at it, if it is dirty or not. Okay, and you are able to do what? You're able to map it out. If you are a UI UX designer or you are a developer in here, all right, if you're a tech developer, there are AI tools that would succinctly help you fast in what? In building prototypes. Examples are Google Stitch. Okay, if you need to be, okay, one of the first wireframes. One of the first things is to build out the wireframes. Okay, and one of the things that you can succinctly do, it is to utilize Google Stitch to do what? To build out these wireframes. If there's time, I'm going to show us a mock-up of an application real time that was built. Okay, I built it with what? In real time, in language, with this English I am speaking. Okay, and so on and so forth, like that, basically. So if you do not upskill, this is a form of sense of urgency to every one of us, that what? Upskilling and getting into what is going on at the moment would do what? Would really, really help us out in our careers at large, basically. There are tons and tons and tons of reports, guys. There are tons and tons and tons of reports. Okay, if you want to get access to these reports, if you want to read about them, okay, you can fill in the attendance form in the chat box. Okay, you can fill in the attendance form in the what? In the chat box, basically. Okay, you can fill in the attendance form in the chat box. All right, you can fill in the attendance form in the chat box. Okay, now let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. Apart from the fact that you need to upskill yourself in AI and data skills, apart from the fact that you need to upskill yourself in AI and data skills, another thing that tech looking for is what? Another thing that tech recruiters are looking for is what? Active portfolio, active work experience. Okay? Imagine you call yourself, a data analyst, and you don't have a portfolio that is showcasing those projects. Okay? You just have certificates. The world does not reward. I'm not saying certificates are not good. Certificates are very, very good. They are going to vouch for you that yes, this person is certified in this field. But what puts recruiters' mind, okay, or what puts your client's mind in what? In peace, that this person knows this thing. This person can do this thing. Okay? In Africa here, we chase after accolades. And that's the pure truth. When I wanted to join the other time, I mentioned, oh, hey, my name is this and that. I am the deputy this and that. I am the Your Highness this and that. Okay? Now, there are some of us in here, okay? And somebody just did that thing now. Somebody just did that thing now. Okay? So, I mean, we feel authoritative in Africa, okay? And this is not to push out any bad stuff or anything, okay? It's just positive, all right? Okay? So many of us, maybe when we go to events, people will understand this very well. And anybody from any other is very well. You go to any event and they are trying to call out somebody, then you start hearing Chief Kinikon, MON, SOC, BBC, GCFR, and so on and so forth, like that. Okay, PhD, BSc, you start hearing all of those things. Yes, they are what? They are to solidify this person. They are to do what? They are to buy the authoritative space of that person. Okay, but when it comes to works, when it comes to being accountable, when it comes to show us what you've done, what can you pinpoint to? Your CV. Is your CV telling us that that company you worked for, you helped them optimize their data pipeline and it was able to move faster in 30%? Many of us on this call today, our CV still contains, the job roles, the job description. Your CV is not meant to contain the job description. It is meant to contain the achievements that you achieved in that role that you played. for that company for the duration of the year, of the years that you served them. Okay. Now, if you go to several of us CVs, what you are going to get is, oh, I achieved or delegated, achieved so and so. Okay, you won't see data to back up those things. That is how certificates are in today's market. They are going to buy the authoritative space for you. Yes, you are the for that. You are the head of this and that. But what achievement, what point, apart from the to any data, like what constructive work can we look at like this and say, yes, this person is doing a fine work? For every creative, for every designer, if you don't have your portfolio, if you don't have their page showing different design, showing different web pages that you've built, and so on and so forth like that, probably fake, probably real, or realistic, web pages, okay, you are what? You are missing out, because stakeholders are person no job. Okay. And I'm own experience. I started out as a data analyst, guys. I started and I'm starting out as a data analyst. I went through, the normal Excel, Power BI. Okay. Now, when I got to and so on, I started seeing other people's projects. As at the time, I didn't know what was called DAX. I didn't know what was called DAX. Analyst in-house, you know what it is. Okay. And you know what blew my mind? On dashboards that businesses are utilizing. Okay. You will see dashboards saying month on month, year on year, and so on and so forth like that. All I just knew how to do was bring one pie chart, a column chart, one bar chart, join everything together, design a very beautiful dashboard. But is it passing crucial information to businesses? I applied to a company then, okay? I applied to a company then, and the response from the HR shocked me. Okay, the response was simply, this person is not cut out for what we are looking for. This project this person has is not cut out for what we are looking for. Okay, and I had collected all my certificates. I had my certifications inside of my same CV. All right. So these are things that also buy you the job, that gets you the job. Okay, and so on and so forth like that, basically. So in essence, guys, in essence, over the past few years, everything has been evolving. It just seemed as though after COVID-19, everything we now entered a new world. All right, that was how it seemed. Okay, so expertise isn't what you know, it is what you churn out there. It's what you put out there that people would use to, refer to you. Okay, and so on and so forth like that. Okay, and like I said, 70% of hiring managers, okay, now require project evidence. You must bring out evidence for what you've been able to do. I don't want to see was delegated to work for. No, your CV must speak data, must speak information. Okay, certificates are just proving that yes, you attended the class, yes, you watched the video. Okay, portfolios are what tell the recruiter that yes, this person solved the problem. Okay, data on your CV is what tells them that yes, this person worked in this particular role, and so on and so forth like that, basically. So you don't turn to ministers in Nigeria that will say, I left over 70 billion in office, okay, and so on and so forth like that. I left over 100 and something million naira in office. I was able to do this and that. But when they go to those roads that you said you did, it is still like this. The road is still Valley View. Okay, there's an estate beside me here called Valley View. Okay, the estate is still the road is still Valley View. Okay, and when I say Valley View, we already know what I mean. Okay, now you say you left over tons and tons. Okay, you made Lagos 300% better. You already know who I'm referring to. Okay, so you made Lagos 300%, revenue based, and so on and so forth, like that. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, but these structures are what? These structures are helping you out in what? In giving evidence. Okay, in giving evidence. So let's see some very, very exciting opportunities that we can explore out there. Okay, in terms of case studies, we are going to see it. I'm going to cover each and every one. Okay, education, I'll cover a use case in education, I'll cover a use case in health, and I'll also cover a use case in what? A use case in government as well. Okay, and we'll dive right into what we need to dive right in. But before I go on, for those of us that are creatives, if you can see my screen, let me see your thumbs up. If you can see my screen, let me see your thumbs up. If you can see my screen, let me see your thumbs up. Okay, superb, 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 superb. All right. So let me just bring out my map, my mapping tool, draw.io. So that's that about that. Now, for those of us that are creatives that want to build applications and all of those things, okay, there's one thing we call Google Stitch. It helps you in what? In mapping out several business, several application pages, and so on and so forth, like that. Now, I was demoing. This was 2 days ago. I did this in less than 10 minutes. I built all of these things that you're seeing in less than 10 minutes. Okay, and I just left it there. I've not even demoed the application. Okay, I needed to get a project out. Okay, but I needed to build out a demo structure. All right, I needed to build out a demo structure. Now, the company is seeking a smart booking system, and this is for people in healthcare as well. Thank God we have this. The company is seeking a smart system that they can utilize in booking, appointments, and all of those things. This is an example of a job that you can get. Okay, we'll tell you, okay, help us just model out something that we can build. Okay, and so on and so forth, like that. You get the job, you outsource it to developers, they build it, but you have consolidated with stakeholders on the what? On the mind set behind this project by showing them a mock. Okay, so although that is not enough, there are other areas to it as well. Okay, now you can see this. Okay, now say for me as a professional, I'm coming into the healthcare space. All right, and I told them that, oh, I can help you out in this and that. Okay, don't build a demo. All right, go and build a demo and come and show us. Okay, now this is an example of what? Of a demo. Okay, of a demo. This is what your application is going to contain. It's going to contain appointment booking. And guys, on the left-hand side here was all the grammar that I spoke to it. So let me zoom in so we can see this very well. Okay. I really wish I could zoom in. Let me try and see. Nope. I really wish I could zoom in. But as we can see, this is me typing, this is me chatting with it. This was the prompt I gave it. Okay, I need to find a hospital booking system called so and so and so for me. It also add this and that, and so on and so forth. Okay, and I gave it created it for me. I told it, okay, now make the till stronger and every other thing. I was just speaking to it in this language, in grammar. All right, and it was making the changes for me. All right, it was making the what? It was making the changes for me. This is how applications are being built. For every developer that is out there, okay, they are who we call UI UX developers, and I know they will be on this call. UI UX developers will utilize a tool called Figma. to build this out first. Okay, they will utilize a tool called Figma to build this out first. Okay, projects like this can take 2 weeks alone to just map out all of this that was just done. Okay, it can take 2 weeks. But imagine somebody coming in from behind and telling you that, oh, hey, I can use an AI tool that's going to create this in 10 minutes for me. I just need to prompt it. Okay, now let me do something else. We're going to see it. We're going to see it right now. Okay, we're going to see me right. I'm going to talk out the new stuff. All right, so I need to create a laptop view of the user dashboard. Kindly create an view. This is me just typing in normal language. Dashboard. And I'm going to send it in. Start working now. Okay. Before, all right, they'll have to start measuring the frame, measuring everything like that. Let me now show you that thing. With the power of vibe coding, I was able to vibe code a simulation of how the application would work. A simulation of how the application would do what? Right? So this way, people can, even the stakeholders themselves, they can do what? They can have access to it and how it feels like. But the final design is going to look like this. Okay? The final design will do what? It's going to look like this. But already created. To create this developers with was done in a morning of a day, within 12 hours. Okay, now imagine if we are building the real-time project. Okay, stakeholders can have access to this and say, okay, let me even demo how the field will be like. Okay, general medicine, I want to choose a date. Okay, I can choose a date. And once they book appointment, it's going to take them to where they fill in their name. Okay? Let me just fill in. Okay. The system is going to have a arm. Okay. Now, if you look down here, okay, you have the AI triage assessment by saying, oh, with what the symptoms of what? Okay, there is what? There is an urgent structure. Please, can we all see my screen, guys? Can we all see my screen? Can we all see my screen? Okay, we can see my screen. All right, we can see my screen. Okay, superb. I see my screen. I need to put your phone on landscape mode. Now there's what we call AI triage system. We have what we call the AI triage assessment system. What's going to do is that it's going to do what? It's going to very, very fast. Okay, I have a sharp pain in my stomach. It will look out for all to signify to the doctor on the back end, this patient is what is a very, very, this person needs urgent attention, or this person is just having a routine stuff. Okay, so if I write to myself, I have an headache, or I have a headache. Okay, it's going to be routine. All right, so they just attend to that person casually, or they will attend to that person. They will have to put that person in a particular category. Now, once the person confirms the booking, this is how the appointment booking page looks like. Now, that is looking very, very close. That is looking very, very close to something like this. Now, my system designed an extensive view. It has designed it. Look at how it's going to look like. I just designed this like 20 seconds now. Okay. If I have any changes that I want to make, okay, if I have any changes that I want to make, I can capture it, I can modify it immediately. And for the developers in-house or for the UI UX designers in-house, you can decide to Figma to do all your remaining bits on what? So these are very, very simple ways. So imagine a stakeholder tells you, okay, let me see a demo. Or you get called up for a job and they tell you, oh, let me see a demo, let me see a portfolio of what you've done before. And you share them a link to this. They'll be able to go through it. And they will, man, this is very, very good. Okay? And so on and so forth, like that basically. Somebody is able to book the appointment, and looking at the admin dashboard, you see that what? You see Abdullah Musa has done what? Has that appointment in general medicine department. Anybody that is working in general medicine, come here, start down to what? General medicine, and see the people that have booked for general medicine, as well as what? Click maybe they have completed their status or not. Completed their status or not. This is just out of this is not even the main stuff that I want to even show up. All right. Fill in the form, marvelous. You are going to get the link to this. Fill in the form, marvelous. You are going to get the link inside of the document that is going to. All right. So if you joined today's session, you did not get this, your promotions area. Going to get it basically. Now let's move ahead. Let's move ahead, guys. Let's move ahead. Let's move ahead. Okay. Now, let's talk about some use cases. Let's talk about some use cases in the sectors that we just mentioned. Okay? In the education sector, guys, in the education sector, what's happening? Can we all hear me? Am I audible, guys? Can we all hear me? All right, superb. Okay, cool. If you are not waiting till the end of this session, you are missing out a lot. Okay? All right. The name of the AI tool is called Google Stitch, and you can access it for what? You can access it for free. The name of the AI tool that was used to create this demo is called Google Anti-Gravity. Okay? All right. And you can access it for free as well. Okay? You can access it for free. You need to go and type script and so on and so forth like that. So you can access this. Okay? Basically. Now, for those in education sector, in education sector, yeah, let me see your thumbs up. Me, I'm in education sector, by the way. Sector, yeah, let me see your thumbs up. Okay. All right. I don't really have a lot of education people here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. The healthcare sector here, let me see your thumbs up. Healthcare, what healthcare people? That was a little bit more. That was a little bit more. Okay. That was a little bit more. I got that now. Now, if you are in the public public service, civil servants, government sector, where are you? Government sector, where are people? I want to show you guys how to make money. Don't show other people, but call them into the session, shall. Don't show them, but call them into the session. Okay, so let's just go through this succinctly well. All right, let's go through this succinctly well. Now, in the education sector, all right, in the education sector, there are some things that are still manual. Okay? There are some things that are still manual, and businesses require people that need those same structure. HR, I'm coming to you. Don't worry, I'm not going to be again. Okay, I'm coming to you in a bit, HR. Okay, I'm coming to you HR. All right. So if you're in the HR, okay. All right. Now, education. Education. There are some things that still go manual in the education structure. Okay. We still manually grade assignments. Grade assignments, yes or no? Yeah. I will call you to speak. So my junior brother brought out the over 10 from his teacher's red pen yesterday. You still manually grade assignments. Okay. Now, to develop your course, it is still manual. Course curriculum generation is still manual. Course curriculum generation is still manual. Okay, or course development. Okay, is still manual. Now, the admins still do things manually. Say scheduling some things. They still handle scheduling manually. Scheduling what? They handle scheduling manually. Okay? The admins do those things. Children will come and enroll in school. You are just filling in one by one. They don't have anything that they can utilize to do what? To access that same structure. Now, looking at all of this, okay, an example of a remote role that can be generated from this is a what? Or an AI tool that you can create that businesses in education can subscribe to is what? AI curriculum developer. AI developer. Okay. Now, when you create the AI curriculum developer, what it is that it will utilize GPT or every other thing to create these curriculums. It will utilize LLMs like ChatGPT to do or to create these curriculums. Okay. It would also infuse generation AI video generative structures as well. Okay. AI video generators to do what? To also train people on how to utilize this what? How to utilize these generations, okay, or how to utilize these curriculums that have been generated at large. Okay. You can also create AI course builders. AI what? AI course builders. All right. A lot of our children, a lot of our words, teacher in a black mark writing on the board. Right? What you can come out and create things like this, or build it for schools, such that teachers do a lot of work explaining. Please go back to these things and watch and watch again. Okay, so and so on, so forth, basically. Okay, now one of the things that happen. One of the things that happen. Can we all hear me, guys? Can we all hear me? If you can hear me, let me see your thumbs up. Some people can hear me. Oh. Some people can hear me. Oh. Okay. One thing that happens is that course creation gets reduced. Would first of all what? We first of all get from say 3 months to like 3 days. 3 months to what? To days. Okay, let me know. Let me know. And that's to fewer what? To fewer. Okay. All right. About that basically. Now, for those of us in healthcare, or let me even if schools are utilizing systems like this, what will happen when schools are hiring somebody AI powered systems? What will happen? What will happen to teachers that do not know how to utilize AI powered learning systems? Okay, and so on and so forth, like that. For those of us in health, we don't have much time. Okay, we don't have too much time. For those of us in health, and you that you are a data benefit from this as well. Okay, now we can have what we call an AI medical data analyst, okay, an AI clinic documentation analyst, or documentation specialist, sorry. Okay, so let me just stretch this out. Okay, health chatbot designer. There are a lot of hospitals there. Okay, there are a lot of look. If we say we should build, we are not ready to leave at 1 a.m. Okay, so I'm going to stop at L with the rest of the session. Okay, so I'm going to continue with the session. Okay, I'm going to do this here and just stop. Okay, we basically now moving ahead. We have this for people. These people can act on automated systems and do automated systems in what that can support in patient intakes. Okay, you don't have to go and wait the reception a long time. You don't have to start giving you cards, start waiting in queue, okay, and so on and so forth, like that. You can automate medical transcriptions. Okay, and automate medical transcriptions from the doctor. Okay, so on and so forth. You also do what you can help build AI support. All right, you can also do what you can also help build AI support chatbots. All right, and so on and so forth, like that, basic. Okay, and like basically. Okay, so these are systems that can be utilized. Okay, can be utilized. All right, these are systems that can quickly go back to our presentation and just wrap up from there, basically. Okay, so let's quickly delve into our presentations and do what and cover every other thing from there, basically. Okay, so we've seen several interesting things that we can look at and that we can implement, basically. Okay, so it's always impossible until done. Okay, and that is where we come in as a company for you all. Okay, and that is where we come in as an institute for every one of us on here. Basically, we have students that have worked, okay, that have come in and have left as professionals. Okay, part of them is Olusegun Agbolade, who has been able to join us as from the healthcare sector. Okay, and he left in as an AI automation engineer. He did not leave. Okay, he just leave. He did, but he left a job in hand. Have Akiyoye as well as Ibiso Jacobs. Okay, both as well who are stay-at-home moms that did what? That got enrolled or got jobs as well. Okay, so these are people that have leveraged this already working in these certain structures. Okay, now enough of the actual talks and all of those things, basically. Okay, so you might be wondering what career options can we do? What can we help you with. Okay, we have 6 solid career options that we can guide you with. Okay, AI software and website development, AI for content and video creation, AI automation engineering, generative AI for data analytics, AI for business analysis and project management, and also AI for HR analytics. Okay, so I want every one of us to listen carefully as I go through each of the courses. Okay, hear me clearly. Let me see your thumbs up. I can see some typing in poor audio. Okay, if you can hear me clearly, let me see your thumbs up, guys. A couple more people can hear me clearly. Okay, people can hear me clearly. I can see thumbs up here and there. All right, that's superb. Thank you very, very much, guys. Okay, so now to delve into it, we have what? We have coding or AI for software and website development. You learn how you can build websites for businesses without having to do the hard coding. AI is going to help you handle the code. Okay, all you just have to do is to input your natural language and it builds these systems for you basically. Okay, we have other courses as well, like AI for video and content creation, where you cover how you can create videos, how you can create, visuals and certain systems with what? With video creation. Okay, and as at large. All right, you learn how you can create faceless channels. You learn how you can create, set visuals, brand identity visuals, and so on and so forth like that, utilizing AI basically. Looking at AI automation, how you can build chatbot, AI, agentic AI systems and multi-agent systems that can act without having to do a lot of manual work. All right, so I'm going to in several tons of tools like Anything, Gemini, and so on and so forth like that basically. Okay, learn how you can utilize voice API systems to agents. You can create calling agents for businesses and so on and so forth like that basically. Okay, now to the last three. Okay, we have data analytics, generative AI for data analytics. Okay, where you learn, apart from the fact that you learn the basics of data analytics and all of those things, you also get to learn, all right, you also get to learn how you can utilize AI for what? AI for data analytics. Okay, how you can utilize AI to clean your data, to help you in analysis, to help you build your dashboard, okay, help you in deploying your dashboard for public view, and so on and so forth like that. And you're also going to learn how you can automate some certain type of things as a data analyst. Okay, so AI automation with respect to analytics. All right, we have AI for business analysis and project management. Okay, you are going to get to learn the foundations of what? Of business analysis and project management, and what? You are going to also learn how you can deliver, scale, and execute projects with the aid of what? With the aid of AI, basically. Okay, and lastly, we have what? We have AI for HR analytics. Just like the spice, okay, of data analytics, we are going to do what? Going to also learn how you can utilize in what? In HR analytics. To learn basics of analytics with HR information, and you're going to do what? You're going to learn how you can utilize AI in these roles, basically. Okay, learn how you can automate some things as an HR analyst. You're going to learn how you can create, know more about your people's data and so on and so forth like that. All right, so now we also train you, apart from the fact that we train you on the skill. Okay, apart from the fact that we train you on the skill, we train you on what we call employability skills. Okay, getting into our program, first of all, you get to learn, or you get, first of all, your CV gets reviewed and revamped. All right, that's the first thing. Secondly, you get your LinkedIn optimized. All right, you get your what? You get your optimized. You also get to learn how you can navigate the job market as a professional. how you can you, how you can, push out job reference letters, because we'll train you up to the point where you're able to land an interview. You can still come back to us and do what? And talk about these interview structures, okay? And from there, support and grow at large as well. Okay, now moving ahead, we also provide our students, our associates with what? With on-the-job support. Now you've gotten a job, you can always consolidate with us to support you on that job. Okay, you can always check in with your mentor in the program to guide you on that job. It's not very compulsory, you know it all. Okay, you always come back to somebody that can guide you back back in, okay, into the track. All right. Now, looking at other things, we have the weekly mentorship sessions that we offer as well. Okay. And we also train people on how to go freelance and how to consult for businesses as well. Okay. We have students explore this field and have flourished in this field as well. Okay. About that. It's a 2 month journey and it is 100% online. Okay, it is 100% online. Okay, it has we have been running this structure for the past 5 years now. Okay, it's 100% online, and we've been able to churn out over 3,000 people that have gotten jobs, remote jobs, with this structure. Okay, the main culture is to maintain the whole remote work culture, so it doesn't just meet anybody transitioning to tech in shock, because many people have those soft skills, but they lack the soft skill of what? Of remote work culture. All right. So our main classes happens during the weekend, Saturdays and Sundays. All right. Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. West African time. All right. And these are instructor-led sessions. Okay. These are instructor-led sessions. And on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. 3 hours instructor-led sessions as well. Okay. During the week as well, we have the weekday support and employability sessions. Okay, the weekday support is to cover for, I don't know, the tool that was covered in class. I'm not able to easily navigate the tool. The support session on Tuesday, 1 hour, is to guide you on how you can possibly utilize those tools better. And lastly is the mentorship session, where we call in different professionals from different fields that can do what? That can guide you on several areas, okay, of these skills in order to stand out in the job market, basically. Okay, now we are an accredited organization, which means that anybody that is passing out from us, okay, is going to get certified, is going to get a certification badge. Okay, if you are getting out of any of our program, you become a certified professional in that field. Also, you are not just going to be going out with your certification, you are going to be getting out with over a portfolio that has up to 8 to 16 real-time business case studies or real-time business case scenarios, okay, that you can showcase to stakeholders or showcase to people, okay, such that they can utilize it to do what? To move ahead at large, basically. Okay. Now, we have a few job boards as well that would walk you through. All right. Once you get into the program, these are very, very solid job boards as well. Okay. And we have a lot of professionals as well who have used this same model of learning, packaging, applying till they get the job. Okay. We have several professionals that have utilized systems like this to do what? To grow as well. Okay, and I'm very, very sure you won't want this one to sleep this time around. Okay, you've grown to the extent where you want to upskill yourself, you want to upgrade your skills, and so on and so forth, like that. So you won't want to allow this to do what? To sleep this time around, basically. Okay, and what you want to do is that we have our next cohort starting by April 4th. Okay, and with that, we have what? We have the International Women's Day, okay, promo still ongoing for anybody that wants to join us in our next cohort, basically. Okay, for anybody that wants to join us in our next cohort, okay, for anybody that wants to join us in our next cohort, all right, we have the International Women's Day promo, okay, ongoing for those people that want to utilize it. Okay, and so on and so forth like that. All right. So looking at all of this, all right, what you actually get is not just a one-time course. The value is a lifetime guaranteed structure. You get 8 weeks live training, which is 2 months. Okay, you get weekly mentorship, you get CV review and revamp, and this is for a lifetime, guys. This is for a lifetime. All right, this is for a what? This is for a lifetime, basically. Okay, so moving ahead, the actual value of these things that we've listed out for you, okay, is what is over 980,000 naira. Okay, but the actual structure or the actual cost of our course, okay, is what 250,000 naira. But anybody that is taking charge of this IWD promo that is ongoing at the moment would get to pay what? Would get to pay 100,000 naira only to enroll into any of the courses that was listed out there, basically, for the next cohort. All right, you can enroll into the next cohort for what? For just 100,000 naira. Okay, and you can't just do that alone. Okay, you can decide that you want to pay it in two folds. You can decide that you want to do an installment payment. Okay, that is to say what? That is to say you can pay 50,000 naira today. Okay, and do what? 1 month into your program, you can pay the remaining balance of what? 50,000 naira, basically. Okay, so these are succinctly very, very viable models of what? Of what we can get from a course valued close to ₦1 million that is being offered out there. Okay, and so on and so forth, like that, basically. Okay, now going into the basic of everything, okay, you can also try and lock in your price. Okay, you can also try and lock in your slot with at least 25 to 40,000 naira. Okay, before the cohort starts. The cohort is set to start by April 4th. All right, and the lockdown is expected to happen from tonight. Okay, the lockdown fee or the payment, the installment payment, the full payment, any payment you want to make, okay, is set to do what? Is set to happen tonight, basically. Okay, so if you want to lock in your slot, you can lock in with at least 25 to 40,000 naira. Okay, so you can lock in your price with what? You can lock in your price with what? With 25 to 40,000 naira, and also you can get into the program with just 100,000 naira very, very well. Okay, so that is to show us the benefits that what we are bringing into this course. Anybody that is trying to get in, and so on and so forth, like that, basically. Okay, you can claim your slot today. We have my colleagues supporting me with the payment link in the chat box. Okay, we have our colleagues supporting me with the payment links in the chat box, and what you can do, what you can also access it from there as well. Okay, so you get to pay the 100,000 naira, or you can start with at least 50,000 naira today, and also what? And also 50,000 naira in 30 days, basically. Okay, so I'm going to be opening the floor now for questions. If you have any questions for me, please raise your hand up, basically. I'm going to take your questions. Okay, please raise your hand, and I'm going to take the questions you have for me. Okay, I'm just going to take 5 questions. I'm just going to take 5 questions. I already have 2 people raising their hands up. All right, I have Afolabi Taiwo. Okay, I have Jim Key Ladigbo. I have Aliyu. Okay. All right, so let me just quickly take those people, and we can call it a day. All right, and a day, basically. Hi Jim Key, you can unmute your mic now and speak. Good evening, Jim Key. I hope you can hear me. Hi, Jim Key, can you hear me? Okay, so I think Jimky is unable to unmute his mic at the moment. Okay. I think Jimky is unable to unmute his mic at the moment. All right. Hi, Farouk. Good evening. Hi, Farouk. Are you there? You're muted, Farouk. If you want to ask your questions, you're muted. Okay, so I'm just going to move on to the next person. If you know you can't unmute your mic, you can ask your questions in the chat box. You can ask your questions in the chat box, and I'm going to pick it up from there.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Okay, hi, Farouk. Good evening.
Yeah, how is everyone over there?
I mean, I'm good. I'm the only one in here, so I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, happy
Yeah.
to meet you.
All right, Farouk.
Yeah, I am an academic staff. A lecturer, and my work is teaching and research. We are always dealing with data, most particularly when it comes to the issue of research. And when I saw the webinar, I found it very interesting. Thinking that I'm going to benefit something from it that can enhance my work as a lecturer and to put my students in the contemporary world. So I don't know. Looking at it from the introduction and the background you have given, do I have a stake in
Yeah.
in this webinar as looking at my job, the nature of my job?
Do you have, can you take that again? Do you have a what?
I mean, yes. Do I have something to benefit that can enhance my work as a researcher and as a lecturer from the?
Okay, yeah. Several ways that you can do what you can benefit from. Okay, you can either go for you say you deal with data a lot, but that is not like intense data. It's not like it's not quantitative data. It's more of qualitative. All right, it's more of qualitative data, right? Am I correct?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So it's more of qualitative data you a lot. Okay. So basically, that you can do what you can work extensively with AI automation engineering. Okay, AI automation track is a track where you can build systems that will do what that would help you handle research and do all of those things. Do you know about tools called Perplexity? Do you know about a tool called Perplexity AI? Have you heard of it before?
Yeah, somehow.
Somehow, okay. So that's to
Yeah.
tell me that you've not used it before.
Yes, I did not use it.
Okay, superb. All right. So these are things that you get to learn with respect to research and so on and so forth like that. It's going to help you. So you can connect to a tool like Perplexity AI, helps you scrape out information from several academic, areas. Okay, scrape out this information. You get to analyze it from your own end. You don't have to do, all the whole bankrolling of, I'm doing my whole tons of research and so on and so forth like that. So a course like AI automation engineering can teach you on how you can create, systems like this or create agentic AI systems like this. I can also pick agentic AI systems like this and do what upsell it to other researchers as well. So that way, it's created a channel of income for yourself and a way that you can for yourself as well.
Okay, that's nice.
All right, Farouk. Okay.
Yeah,
So
thank you. Yeah.
So that will lead me to the next question. Okay. So are you looking to join us for the next cohort or most likely utilizing what we have on there basically with respect to pricing?
Hello?
Yeah. Hi, Farouk. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. It's ceasing somehow, but I can now hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So I said, are you have today with respect to what we need to work with to get into our AI automation program?
I'm having trouble with my network. Hello, sir.
All right, Farouk.
Hello,
I'm
sir.
just, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's ceasing somehow, but I can now hear you.
All right, Farouk. So I'm just going to get in because of time, I'm going to get the sales team to reach out to you so that you can converse with them of
Okay.
the of the whole structure. Yeah.
Okay, it's all
Okay.
right. Mm.
Hi, Afolabi. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, hi. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, so my question is, how can I use Google Stitch like as an HR professional?
It's
Well,
more of a creative tool than a you a human resource tool. Okay, as a human tool, like anything, your reports and so on and so forth, like that. For example, you can connect anything to your that you have for policies, okay, and you can always build a chatbot out of it, such that one can come to it and ask, okay, I want to take a leave for the policy of my case, and so on and so forth. Like systems like this obsolete for HR companies, and you can start implementing things apart from anything. There are tools like analytics tools as well that you can also utilize. Okay, like so forth like that, and you don't have to do all of the heavy lifting when doing and utilizing these. Okay, you don't have to do all the heavy lifting when utilizing these tools. Okay, AI will help you cover the major parts and major areas basically.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, welcome. All right. Um, buttons. I can see somebody called buttons here.
Yeah.
You might want to tell me your real name.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you so much for everything, the
Yeah,
lecture.
yeah.
I so much enjoy it and I benefited a lot. My question is, if one decide to go for 2 or 3 more courses, is there any discounts or still 100K each for the three?
Yeah, so we've done all the extensive discount. What we've done is an installment to work across the to work across documents well. But I want to start calling you, but sounds somehow. Can you help me with your actual name, please? I don't want to sound somehow. But how did you even get that name? I really don't know. But that aside, but just to answer your question, right? Just to answer your question, it's not really okay. It's not really um discount. So you want to work with an installment payment way. You can plan the way you go for your program. Now, your backup question can be, okay, if I register for 2 or more program, can I run it currently? Okay. No, you can't run programs concurrently. All right. We'll tell you to run it one at a time. You run it one at a time. All right. You run your at a time. Okay. So the major goal for this, so say for example, you get is now April, May, June, and you've taken charge of these discounts out here basically. Okay. So that's about buttons. It still sounds weird in my mouth. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it. Of course, I'm not gonna run it concurrently. But
Okay.
what about getting all at once, is there any discount? So I will still have to pay 100K for each.
Yeah, so what can happen is to succinctly see how, like I discussed, okay, is succinctly see how you can split those payments concurrently, okay. So it's not like a whole burden on your whole neck, basically. So I'm just going to, you can always have a discussion with, the sales department, and they're going to handle your discussions very well as well. Did you get
Thank you. My name is, yeah. Thank you. My name is Grace.
your name is what?
White button. I'm Grace. Can you hear me?
Did you say it is?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. What did you say your name is?
Grace, Grace, Grace.
Okay. How did buttons come about?
That's
How
my
G
YouTube.
became B? That means
That's my
putting
YouTube.
food is a lot. Am I correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Pinky. Hello. Hello, Jim. Are you there now? Okay. Tiana. Hi, Tiana. Can you hear me? Hi, Tiana. Okay. Hi, Rashid Adeniyi.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Hi, good evening, Rashid. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very good. Thanks for the lectures.
You're welcome.
Yeah, is it advisable for someone to learn the basics of data analysis first before enrolling for this generative AI for data analytics, or as a complete beginner in data analytics, you can just enroll for this course?
Yeah, as a complete beginner, I give you an iPhone now. I told you that it is C that I'm using on the iPhone. It's not going to be very smooth, the whole experience, right? So,
Yeah.
do you use an iPhone, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, exactly. So, succinctly well, all right. That's how the program to works out. Okay, so we won't give you the part until we on the basics of what you need to know
All
before
right.
continuing.
All right. Thank you so much.
So it is succinctly available to join in just
All
immediately.
right. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. So I'm going to peg the whole communication here tonight. Okay. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for joining tonight's call and tonight's session. It was really, really a fun one for me. Thank you very, very much, guys. And I really, really appreciate the turn up from everybody. Okay. So if you want to have a conversation with us, you can always connect with us. Okay. And you can utilize, what you get from the recordings as well, succinctly well. Okay. So thank you very much, everybody, and have a great night ahead. Cheers, guys. Bye.